guys, today we're gonna do a set of coasters. We're gonna do a black background with all metallic colors and one like dark brown and a little bit of white. So let me get all this stuff together. I'm gonna show you guys how to prepare your tiles. I've already taped the backs off because these are gonna get a coat of resin on the top. And you just use painter's tape and you put it along the back and then you trim the sides up, and you want to take like a stick. You can use your popsicle stick or one of your tools and just make sure that the edges are really pushed down so that your paint and resin doesn't drip underneath. So you just kind of go along like that. So they're all ready. All of them are taped off, and then I've just put some 91% alcohol in this little spray bottle, and you're going to want to spritz them because you want to get everything off of them and get them nice and clean. You don't want any dust or sticky stuff, anything on there. So I just take a paper towel. You could probably use like a microfiber cloth too, and just clean up anything that's on there. Get them nice and clean. Okay. So now that that's all clean and they're dry, I have them on these little blocks that I got at the Dollar Tree. I can't remember what they were for. They're like drawer organizers. So, and that keeps them really level. It's like perfect size for these. Uh-oh, I got something on there. I'll just wipe it off with my finger. Okay, just wipe it off. Let's get on some gloves. And I had paint from mixing paint up on these little pads. I got my gloves in them already, so my gloves got paint on them already. So, okay. Hopefully you guys don't hear too much background noise. The TV's on and my little air compressor keeps going off down here. Okay, so we are gonna use the black Flow Acrylic by Artist Loft. And we are just gonna flood these with some of that. Just like so. Really super simple. I love making coasters. They turn out really cute. And I'm so excited. I've never done resin, and I got my resin delivered yesterday. So I'm super excited to try that, so I can show you guys how to do that. I gotta learn myself. So I'll probably make a video the first time I do it so that you guys can learn with me, and so that I could show people that have never done it how to do it. And you know, if I make a mistake, then you can learn from that along with me, and so you don't feel so alone when you're trying to do new things. I found a lot of help on YouTube watching videos from other people as well, learning how to do all this stuff. It's nice to have somewhere to go and see. Sometimes it gets discouraging because you feel like you're watching a bunch of professionals and you're just starting out and you're like, this is not turning out like theirs. What am I doing wrong? So it's kind of nice to watch and see somebody from the very beginning that may not know how to do it, and so you don't feel so alone. I probably put way too much paint on these. Could have used a little less, and I think I'm gonna need to thin out that paint in that container. So you can just use a popsicle stick. You can use a little spatula. If you have to, you could just use your fingers to spread this out, or you can just pick the tile up. Let me show you that. You can just pick the tile up and run it off the sides just like you would in a paint pouring on a canvas. You could do that as well. You can even use a blow dryer to blow this across and get it all completely covered. However you prefer to do it. Yeah, I think this paint's a little too thick for doing the Dutch pour thing. So we'll see how this works out. Hopefully it works out okay. So, and then you can just take your finger and do all the edges. You want to get all the edges covered. If you don't have enough paint on the edges, you can pick some up off underneath. You can pull some from the top. Whatever you need to do to get all your edges nice and covered. Super pretty. Hopefully the lighting doesn't get too funky, because I know sometimes it's really hard with black. The lighting changes. Sorry about that, guys. Don't be too loud, please. I'm doing a video. Okay, so all my edges are almost covered. There we go. Okay. So I think we got them all covered here. All right.
That works good. No, they're good. The pups are whining, or stopped whining almost instantly.
Okay, good. Yeah, we had some puppies over the last week. Some husky puppies. So we're putting some fans out there for them. Okay. Now, gonna get a paper towel. And I see a lump, of course. Me and my lumps. Okay, get that one out. Sometimes you're gonna have lumps from in your paints. Just make sure you grab them out when you first see them, and hopefully we don't have another fly issue. I have the fan on. I was hoping that would keep the fly from coming in. Boys, what did I just say? Okay, well, I'm doing a video, so you guys try not to be too loud. I got all the kiddos home today, so kind of hard to do a video when you got a house full of people. For you, those of you that don't know me, we have a total of 9 kids, me and my husband. We have 7 boys and 2 girls. So, and we have about 7 of them still at home, 6 of them, depending on when our teenage boys are actually here. Sometimes they're gone. They're adults now, 19 and 20, but they still live here off and on. So, yes, we have lots of kiddos ranging from 11 to, goodness gracious, how old is our oldest now? I think he's 27. Yeah, I think he just turned 27 years old. So, I am busy, guys, always busy. So, okay, now I'm gonna get these close together. We're gonna go ahead and touch them because I want these to kind of all be close to each other with the pattern. And this one looks like it needs to be, there we go, moved up on its little base. Okay, so here we go. Let's go with, we got Rose Gold by Folk Art. We got Antique Copper by Folk Art. Silver Anniversary by Folk Art. And Deco Art 24 Karat Gold. Oh, I just dropped a hair. Okay. I'm not going to tell you again. Told you 3 times already. And then I took a little bit of this burnt umber, and it was not like a dark brown that I wanted, so I mixed a little bit of black in there, and I mixed it with Floetrol and a little bit of Liquitex Gloss Medium and Varnish, so that It's kind of like warm honey. I might have to put a little bit of water in this one. So I'm going to put a little bit of water in here, but I wanted a really dark brown because I kind of want like a contrasting color to really make these metallics pop. So I'm just going to mix this up a little bit like so. So I wanted a little bit thinner consistency than it was. Yes, that's better. So if you guys can see the consistency, it kind of just disappears when it goes in. You can see a little bit of where it went, but it disappears right away. So that's what I want in consistency. And let me see if turning this light off will help. Nope, it doesn't. Okay. I was trying to get rid of the glare for you guys. Hopefully the lighting will be okay. Let me turn off that middle button right there, please. Okay, that'll stop the upper glare from my ceiling fan. Okay, so let's start off with copper. And I'm just gonna go like this and like this. Oops, touched it. And then let's do some rose gold. That way. Turn that off, please. Rose gold. Let's do a little bit of white. Like that. And then we'll do some, do we want to do silver or just gold? Let's see. We'll do gold. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do silver in this. What do you guys think? Maybe a tad? Maybe just a little bit. Let's just do a couple little drops. Like that. And then I'm going to do a little bit of this brown just so it has something to kind of have in it besides just this dark black. Maybe another little shot of white. We'll see how this turns out. Now I'm going to take the black that we did on the back and I'm going to flood around it, and we're going to blow that over the colors, and then we're going to blow it out. So we're just going to flood around each one like so. Like that. Okay. Now, let's torch it and get out any air bubbles. Because there was some air bubbles. There we go. All right, hopefully that's enough black. I might have to put a little bit more. Let's put a little bit more. I just want to make sure there's enough to blow over. I don't want to blow the colors and not the actual black. Pop those bubbles. There we go. Hopefully this turns out really pretty. Okay, you guys are going to hear my blow dryer, so I apologize for the noise in advance. And I probably could have pulled these apart to do this. I probably should have pulled them apart to do that blowing part, but that's okay. It'll still work out. All right. Ooh, that looks pretty. Okay. So I'm wondering if I should use this instead of the blow dryer, because since it's on such little pieces. Let's try the blow dryer, and if it doesn't work out the way I want it to, then we will go ahead and use my little blower. Okay. have a tiny little blow dryer, so we're gonna use that. Let's unplug the big one. Let's try the little one on these. It'll probably work a lot better. Okay. That's much better. And like I said, I think that black on the back was a little too thick. So it's kind of not working out the way I wanted it to. But we can fix that. Sometimes it's kind of hard to work with a black background, especially when you're using these like light metallic colors. Let's see, I see some color under there. Let's try to blow that out. Sorry, is my big head in the way? Oh, that one's really pretty. Really, really pretty. So, I guess it turned out better than I thought it was going to, the way it was looking. So let's pull these apart. Ooh, I'll tell you what, blowing on those things makes you lightheaded. Get you a little lightheaded going. Ooh, those are pretty. What do you think? What you think? My daughter's sitting here watching. Really pretty. Let's torch them and see what we can get to come up out of here. I really like the flecks of gold in that one. All these beautiful cells, and that one's really pretty. I like that one too. I like how each one, even though we use the same color and the same kind of pattern, how each one has its own individual look. None of them look the same, so they're all like very unique. So, and then I just like to pull them apart, and then I take my finger, or you can use a popsicle stick. Sometimes it's easier with a popsicle stick or your little palette knife. And you kind of just go along the edges, get all the drips off. Because if you leave these drips dripping, it's gonna pull your paint off the top. And then it's gonna mess up the design that you have. So, and we don't want that. We want it to stay how it is. And you wanna make sure all your edges are covered. So if any edges aren't covered, now's the time to cover them. Like this little corner right here. And you can just tap it with your finger, like so. Very pretty. And if you're doing them this close to each other, just make sure you can turn them, because you don't want to get the paint dripping on the other ones. So turn them. You also can use a Lazy Susan, which I have one. I need to go get it out of my she shed. I missed a corner over here, so I'm gonna fix that. So you could do that as well, so that you can turn your pieces instead of having to move them and risk dropping them or touching them or knocking them over. So just be very mindful of that, and you don't want to drip on the other ones. There's like a divot there. There we go. Okay, so that is that. We're gonna let these dry for about a week or two, depending on how long it takes them to dry. Hopefully you guys can see. Maybe I can zoom in on this part in the video so that you can see. But here, let me bring this one up. So there's a close-up of that one, if you guys can see. Oh, that one's so pretty. I love the rose gold in it, so pretty. And then this one, I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't drip on the other ones. So here's this one up close. Oh, that one's so pretty. That one, and then we'll do this one. See all that pretty rose gold and copper? Really, really pretty. This one's really pretty too. It's got little, you can see the little gold flecks. I don't know if it's gonna come across on the camera like it does in person, but there's like this beautiful gold fleck right here in the corner. So pretty. Again, sorry for the glare. It's kind of hard with lighting with black in the background. The lights like to play tricks on you. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask down in the comment section below. When these dry, I will probably come back and make a video of how to resin them and show you guys how to do that, as I learned to do that as well. So, super, super pretty. If you guys enjoyed what you've seen, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so that you get notified of all my future videos. Thanks for joining me. See you soon.